So what if the timeline for human ingenuity, the really early stuff, was wrong?
Like fundamentally wrong.
Yeah. We're doing the deep dive today into a study that suggests just that. It's about these 400,000-year-old ivory tools found in Ukraine.
Published in the International Journal of Archaeology, Dr. Stepanchuk and Dr. Nemenko.
Exactly. And the kicker is these tools push back the date for this kind of deliberate crafting by almost, 300,000 years?
It's a huge leap. It suggests our ancestors were, well, maybe a lot smarter or at least more technically capable, much earlier than we thought.
Right. So the site is called Medzhybizh A. It's in western Ukraine, near the southern Bug River.
Found back in 2011, and they dug there off and on until 2018, I believe.
Yeah. And these specific ivory pieces came from layers dated pretty firmly to marine isotope stage 11.
Which is around 400,000 years ago.
Yeah.
They used electron spin resonance, ESR, and other methods to pin that down. Pretty reliable stuff for dating materials like ivory.
So they found 24 little bits of mammoth ivory in total, small fragments.
But the crucial part, like you said, is that 11 of them, they show clear signs of being deliberately worked by humans, not just natural breaks or damage.
And not just simple whacking either.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not. They identified techniques we usually associate with stone tools from, much later periods, or at least sophisticated stone tool use.
Like what specifically?
Well, things like bipolar on anvil napping, that's where you place the material, the ivory here, on a stone anvil and strike it from above. Takes control.
Right. Not easy.
And they saw evidence of edge trimming, flake removal, basically shaping it.
And didn't they identify specific types of tools, potentially?
Yes. That's really interesting. One piece looked like a core, the base material you strike flakes from.
Okay.
And another piece was identified as a pointed tool, clearly shaped for a purpose.
So it implies real intention, not just banging rocks together.
Precisely. Which leads to the obvious question. Why ivory? Why not just use stone?
Good question. What are the theories?
Dr. Stepanchuk, one of the authors, suggests a few possibilities. Maybe good stone was just hard to find right there.
Makes sense. Use what you've got.
Or maybe it was experimentation, trying out new materials, seeing what worked, pushing boundaries a bit.
I like that idea. Or what about teaching?
That's another fascinating angle they mentioned. Could these have been like practice pieces? Ivory might be easier to work initially than some stone, maybe good for teaching younger individuals the techniques.
Wow, okay. So if any of that is true experimentation, teaching, what does that tell us about these early hominins?
It points to a higher level of cognitive development than maybe we've given them credit for at 400,000 years ago. Problem solving, planning.
And social learning, if the teaching idea holds water. Passing on knowledge.
Exactly. Imitation, instruction. These are complex social behaviors. It suggests a more sophisticated mental world.
Now, are the researchers totally certain archaeology always has maybes, right?
Oh, absolutely. They acknowledge the usual caveats, potential dating issues, although the ESR dating is strong, or maybe some weird natural process mimicking the marks.
But they don't think that's likely here.
They argue against it pretty convincingly. The techniques are complex. They're repeated across different fragments. It looks very intentional, not random natural damage. The patterns just don't quite fit natural causes easily.
Okay. So boiling it down, the big takeaway is 400,000 years ago, in Ukraine, early humans were deliberately modifying ivory, making tools.
Yep. Using sophisticated techniques, showing advanced skills, and possibly even engaging in social learning like teaching. It really shakes things up.
It challenges that neat, straight line of progress we sometimes imagine, doesn't it? Stone Age, Bronze Age. Maybe it was messier, more experimental.
Definitely seems possible. Periods of trying different things, maybe some dead ends, lots of regional variation based on available materials, like this ivory.
So this deep dive really gives us a glimpse into the ingenuity that was already present way back then. It's pretty amazing.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it leaves you wondering, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, here's something to think about. If they were already doing this 400,000 years ago, experimenting, possibly teaching complex skills like tool making, what else were they capable of? What other knowledge, what other skills might they have had that just didn't fossilize or haven't been found yet?
That's a great question to end on. What else is waiting to be uncovered about their world?